Hello and welcome to another tutorial all about paperwork. So I'm Tom from Disposal, and today we're going to go through how to create a job from either a quote or an agreement. So this is part of a series of tutorials all about kind of creating opportunities, sales, jobs, getting to invoices, and all of the structures around paperwork. So if this is the first time watching, you might want to jump in and watch some of those other videos, but if you're happy to kind of jump in, then that's fine. Let's get on with it. So in this series, we've been kind of working through one of our customers here that's MF&R. So we sent out Interceptor cleanout agreement last time, and actually in this session what we're going to do is we're going to say that we've won this agreement and we're going to do the work for them. So kind of part of this process, kind of all the information will come together that we've done before, so from the opportunities to the price list to the agreement to the job. So what we're going to do first off is just going to mark this as one. So this has now been marked as one, and we can see that we get a notification about it letting us know that this is being marked as one. Again, like in our last session, my notifications are actually turned off, so this is why it's not popping up in the bottom right. Okay, so we've won this job. We've got all the information that we need, and what we're going to do is hit convert. So when we hit convert, I'm offered two choices because I'm set up as a super admin. Different permissions allow users to see different things. So super admins can create a job without validation. Most users just have to create a job. So what we'll do is we'll hit create job and we'll go through this validation process. So there are 8 different sections here. So kind of highlighting the 8 main areas of the sales area. So we've got details, customer site, waste details, hazardous details, carriers, disposal sites, and extras. We have some pins here that just kind of highlight if areas have been passed, if there's any warnings on them, or if they've been failed, and then a number of kind of against that. So in this one, we can see that 3 areas have warnings on them. This one has been failed. So what we can do is actually just jump into each one of these sections and kind of go through what the information is requesting. So start from the top, work our way down. So in this detail section, all it's doing is checking to see if the sale name is there as a sales name. So what we can do, because we're in the detail section in the background here, we can see that the sales name here is this Interceptor cleanout. It's just like a short description. Then we've got the sale description is not empty. So what we can see here is the sales description is, so we can see that the information is there. So that has been validated and that's fine. But we do have 3 areas that are coming up as amber. So we've got waste producers fields are lacking, SIC code for the process is empty, and process giving rise to the waste is empty. So this top one actually links into a different section, which will be the customer site. But what we can do is we can jump in and actually fix these waste producer fields are lacking and process giving, the SIC code for the process is empty and process giving rise to the waste. So if we just hit on add SIC code here, we can jump in and we can do the SIC code for the process. So because we know that the sales name is Interceptor cleanout, this is probably some form of cleaning work. So what we can do is we can either search for cleaning or we can give a specific code. This is only kind of relevant for hazardous waste jobs, but it's kind of good practice to put it in for everything. So what we can see is we put in cleaning. I'm going to class this as specialized cleaning service. We're cleaning out an Interceptor, probably need some kind of entry team kind of knowledge there. And also process giving rise to the waste, cleaning Interceptor. Okay, so added those in. Going to hit update here at the bottom right. Then we're going to go around the process again. So create job. And now we can see that these 2 fields have been populated as green. Excellent. So that's great. So what we're going to saying is we'll come back and fix that other one as part of the customer site. So then we go into customers. We can see that the customer is listed and their customer status is set to active. Excellent, perfect. So kind of some clarification here. So a listed customer is a customer that is actually in your customers section and has kind of been set up properly and has all the information that like kind of the system needs. This kind of then links to reporting and links to finance. It's kind of very important to list your customers within the customers area. So we can see that they exist. So now we've got customer site. So this is an unlisted customer site. So what this means is even though we have a customer, one of their sites isn't listed. So what we need to do is we need to check to see if this site is there, and we either need to list it or create a new site. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head to customers. We're going to MFNR. And we're going to go and have a look at their site. So what we can do is just click here, click on summary, and we can actually see that there's only one site here listed, which is kind of in the northwest region. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a site here for MFNR down in London. Well, actually, what we can see here, once we've gone in here, this is MFNR Southport, and they are on stop. So what we're going to do, hit add site. We're going to upload a logo because it's nice to have the information there that we need. I'm going to jump back into full screen mode. Excellent. So this is MF and R London. So kind of fictional site. Going to MF and R for the prefix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Account number, we're just going to leave for now. I'm going to leave most of this information in, but what we do need to do is put in a postcode. So we're going to add in E10 5NH. Come that one there, find an address, put in something random. That'll do. And again, we can zoom in and we can move it to the appropriate place. So, yeah, that seems fine. And we're going to add. Perfect. So we've created MFNR London. They're part of our team. Now we're going to go back to sales because that's where we were. This interceptor job. And we're going to go edit here. And we're going to go to customer site location. And we're going to go MF and London, pulling through all of the information that we know is there. And we're going to, it's going to be the same contact as before. Contact details, so it's Jordan Porter. Jordan Porter at MFNR down in. That's annoying. Just wonderful world of Edge. Okay, perfect. So we've added in this information. So now what we're going to do is now we can see that the details here, so the waste producers fields are now populated. So we know it's a site that was producing them, so that was the information that was coming through. If, however, it is a different organization or it's the customer that produced this waste, what you do is you scroll down here to waste producer in the additional details, and you just pick the right kind of area. In this time, because we know it's it is the site producing the waste, we're going to leave it as site there. Okay, excellent. So going back into the validation, so customer site, we've got customer site is set up correctly, contact for the customer site is set up correctly, we set them as Jordan, and then customer site is set to active. Excellent. Okay, next we're checking some waste details. So all waste components, all waste have quantity more than 0. Excellent. All waste have a weight volume more than 0. Perfect. And all waste have at least one EWC code. Brilliant. That's great. So you can see that these are checked, and this means that it's kind of getting there for like creating the correct paperwork. So in this example, it'll be a hazardous waste consignment note. We know it'll be a hazardous waste consignment note because all the waste have at least one component. All hazardous waste 1 HP, UN class, and packing group. So what we can do is just double check this. So go into waste, go into interceptor liquids, and we can actually see this information populated here. So if these areas were blank, this information would be highlighted as being an issue, but because it's not, because we filled it in last time, we can go through that convert mode. Okay, so now we're going to create job, next section. So going through all these again, a bit slower this time. Okay, so we're out with hazardous waste. Now we're onto carriers. So we've set up a carrier. That's excellent. all carriers are set up as suppliers. So again, in the same way that your customer and your customer site have to be listed, your carriers and your disposal sites have to be listed as well. So you can't just have rogue carriers, rogue disposal sites. You need to set them up, have the right information in there to allow you to get this green tick here. And finally, we've got extras. So there are some extras in there, and our extras have a unit quantity greater than 0. So again, if we go into extras here, we can see that we have transport and an admin fee on there. Excellent. So we can hit create job. Again, so we've got green all along the board, which is good. Nice to see. And then we can hit continue. So when we hit continue, it takes you to the actual create job area. So what we're going to do is have a requested date. So let's say this customer wants it doing at the end on Friday the 28th of October. So we can pick that. Is a purchase number required? So you can click this, or you can. So sometimes jobs just don't need a purchase order number. So we can remove that off, but sometimes they do. So this one does need a purchase order number. So we're just going to add it in. So this is the purchase order number that we received from MF&R. Is an invoice required? Again, it might be kind of internal movements of waste where you don't need an invoice, but in this example, definitely do need an invoice. And are we going to track this job? Do we want more? Do we want to kind of see that this job exists? In this example, we do not. Kind of come into tracking in a different video, different tutorial, but there's some more information to look at here. And also, is this a recurring job? So what we're going to do is we're going to have a very quick look at this. It's quite a complicated section. So again, there's different area about it. But just to let you know that you can set recurring jobs. But in this example, we're going to turn that off. So we're going to do one on the 28th of October. Got a purchase order number, needs an invoice, and we're going to create it. So this just quickly goes through, creates the job. So now you can see a couple of things have happened. One, we're now jumped straight into the job section. We've got our kind of familiar bar across the top, and we can see that this is actually in planning. So we've created a job for next Friday. We can see that this is the quote number that we had before, which is good. And then we've appended, so we've added on to the end number 1. Just to let you know that this is the first job that's getting done at this Marshall Road London site for MF&R. One more thing to kind of note, because we have one carrier, it's automatically come up as selected, and because we've got one disposal site, it's automatically come up selected. So we'll go through all of these sections, all of these little bits, which, like, for most of the part are just duplicates of what you'll see in sales, but with some kind of differences baked in. Okay, so that's the end of this video, kind of showing you how to convert to a job either from an agreement or a quote. If you've got any questions, fill them into the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.